Hello, I'm Carol Vorderman and this is Perfect 10. 10 questions, 10 points, all done in 10 minutes. Yes, this is your daily brain workout to help you mentally hit the ground running into 2023. We've got puzzles and brain teasers that will educate, entertain and irritate you. Every day from Monday to Friday, I'll have 10 baffling and bemusing questions to get your synapses sweating. So make sure you subscribe, you follow and you like to get the next episode as soon as it drops. Yes, I'm here Monday to Friday. And if you spend a few minutes every day with me, I guarantee you will feel smarter by the end of the week. First things first, at the end of yesterday's podcast, I left you with an anagram of a female singer-songwriter who's had a massive renaissance lately. She is Shut Beak, better known, of course, as Kate Bush. Well done if you got the answer to that. And I'll have another anagram later. No points given if you got that answer. But now let's get the proper questions going and your minds moving. We call question 1 your starter for a perfect 10. And it's this wordy puzzle. Which word sounds exactly the same if you take 4 of its 5 letters away? And here's a clue. The answer rhymes with clue. And that's all you're getting. Any ideas? Remember, you can pause the show and take as long as you like. That isn't cheating where I come from. There are no time limits. I'll give you all of the 10 answers after the final question at the end of this podcast. Question 2, and we call this our hearsay round. You're about to hear some sounds which relate to a well-known phrase or saying. For example, if you hear and then, you'd get pigs might fly. You got it? So, which phrase is hidden in these sounds today?
And there is no doubt about it. These boys have really been working together on the field. The defence has been solid. The attacking has been inch perfect. There's a real feeling of togetherness.
Say what you hear. Obviously, why we call it hearsay. So, which well-known phrase or saying was that? As always, answers at the end of the podcast. We call question 3 my Carol Lateral thinking round. So try this. Kevin is 4 times as old as his son. In 20 years' time, he'll be twice as old as his son. How old are they now? Now, if you need to rewind, go ahead. But if you're ready to move on, it's time for our memory game. So listen and remember, because there will be a question at the end. Let's hear today's clip.
2022's I'm a Celeb returned to Australia in November with a lineup that included Boy George, Chris Moyles, MP Matt Hancock, comedian Sean Walsh, Jill Scott MBE, Babatunde Aleshe, Sue Cleaver, Owen Warner, Scarlett Douglas, Mike Tyndall MBE, Charlene White and Olivia Atwood. The top 3 included Matt Hancock and Owen Warner, but the title of Queen of the Jungle went to former England football player Jill Scott.
And your question is, how many of 2022's celebs have MBEs? It's all there in the clip, and you'll have all of the answers after today's final question. Now, questions 5, 6, and 7 are all part of the same family, the frivolous, the familiar, and the fun set of questions, testing your knowledge of the everyday of life. So, have you been paying attention? Here's question 5. Sometimes when you board a plane, you're met by the captain at the door. But can you tell me how many stripes are on their epaulets? If you want to send me a puzzle and drive me to distraction, I'd love to hear your brain teasers. So please do get in touch. I'd love that. Moving on, though, to question 6. Let's talk about famously sweary chef Gordon Ramsay. We all know how to spell his favourite 4-letter word, but is the last vowel of his surname an A or an E? Is it Ramsay ending in S-A-Y or Ramsay ending in S-E-Y? Gordon, if you're watching, don't try to swear at the screen too much. It's a perfectly reasonable question and worth another point. Question 7, and I think I can guarantee that you see a bag of these almost every day, but the question is, what colour are the Walker's cheese and onion crisp bags? Let's see what question 8 can do to your score. You'll need your word head on for this one, as it's the round we call 1 in, 1 out. And here's the question. Which letter can you change in revenue spelt REVENUE, to make something best served cold. Don't forget, you can pause the show, cogitate and ruminate, and then give your answer. Round 9, we call, I know this, as it's a question that can always be solved with a bit of logic applied. So here it is. A Zeedonk, spelt Zeedonk, Zeedonk, is a cross between which two animals? Remember, particularly with this one, a little logic goes a long way. And here we are at question 10, where it's our daily riddle. Here it is. I'm tall when I start and short when my energy is spent. What am I? Well, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's questions. And if you want to entertain, educate and irritate me, send me your own puzzles too at Carol Borders on Instagram and TikTok, and follow at Perfect10Carol across socials and on YouTube. 10 questions, 10 points, all done in 10 minutes. But did you get a perfect 10 run of correct answers? This is the time where you find out. Good luck. Here comes the answers. Question 1. Which word sounds exactly the same if you take 4 of its 5 letters away? I gave you a clue that it sounds like clue. The word you're after is Q, spelt Q-U-E-U-E. Take away the U-E-U-E and you're left with the letter Q, which sounds exactly like the word Q. Question 2 was Hearsay, our sound round. So what saying is coded in this?
And there is no doubt about it. These boys have really
had a football team and the sound of a ghost, which can also be called a spirit. So the phrase I was looking for was team spirit. Question 3 gets you Carol lateral thinking, and it was today. Kevin is 4 times as old as his son. In 20 years' time, he will be twice as old as his son. How old are they right now? Well, right now, Kevin is 40 years old and his son is 10 years old. In 20 years' time, his son will be 30 years old and Kevin will be 60 years old, which makes him then, in 20 years' time, twice as old as his son. In question 4, you heard a clip in our memory round and I asked you this question. How many of 2022's celebrities have MBEs? As always, the answer was in the clip, and that answer was 2 of them. Former England football player Jill Scott and former rugby union player Mike Tindall. Into our run of 3 frivolous, familiar and fun questions now. Question 5 was about the captain of a plane. How many stripes are on their epaulets? And the captain has 4 stripes on each epaulet. Question 6, what's the last vowel in Gordon Ramsay's surname? Is it A or is it E? And the answer is, it is A. Ramsay, in his surname, is spelled R-A-M-S-A-Y. And in 2020, Gordon was ranked 19th in Forbes' list of the highest earning celebrities. Oh, I bet he had plenty to say that he wasn't higher. Anyway, question 7 was, what colour are the Walker's cheese and onion crisp bags? And the answer is they are blue. It's an urban myth and wrong that the company swapped the colour from green. On their website, Walkers say, contrary to popular belief, we've never swapped the colours around, not even temporarily. We've no plans to change these designs as they are signature to our brand. It was always blue. So now you know. Question 8. Which letter can you change in the word revenue to make something best served cold? And the answer is you change the letter U to the letter G and you're busy getting revenge, which the saying says is best served cold. Question 9. A Zeedonk is a cross between which 2 animals? Well, I'd never heard of one before, but the answer is it's a cross between a donkey and a zebra. And if you haven't seen one, then I suppose you can look it up. It's cute though, the word, isn't it? They often look like they're wearing stripy tights, by the way, when you have a look. Question 10, our final question, is the daily riddle. I'm tall when I start and short when my energy is spent. What am I? And the answer is, I am a candle. So, how did you do? Did you score a perfect 10? If not, do not worry. There is always another chance tomorrow, but if you did score a perfect 10, well done you. Remember, make sure to subscribe to our podcast and follow us on YouTube and across our social media channels so you don't miss out on any of our rounds. We're taking on January together. And before I say goodbye, I'll leave you with today's anagram. This time I'm talking about a film star who's obviously a bit of a swine underwater, since an anagram of their name is Mina Frogman. Mina, Meaner, and Frogman, Frogman. And that was my perfect 10. 10 questions, 10 points, all done in 10 minutes. So it just leaves me to say, have a perfect day.